Hi, I'm Luke from The Kooks and you're watching Noise 11.
Welcome to Noise 11. We are here with Luke from The Kooks. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing?
I guess, well, we could talk about New Year. I really wanted to talk about the album, Junk of the Heart, because, you know, you've got a newish album out. And it's quite different to your older stuff. I mean, I read that there were influences which were sort of not as old as your previous influences, or should I say classic. Whereas now there's very contemporary influences. I was hearing Licky Lee and LCD Sound System and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, we definitely, I mean, we wanted to do something different on this album. I think, like, the second album, we just wanted to make Exile on Main Street. And then the first album, we wanted to, you know, do, like, Lola versus Power Man. So we were kind of going right back. I'm talking on a kind of production level more than anything.
Right.
So I mean, the people that we've mentioned, like LCD, that keep cropping up, that I guess we keep talking about.
If it's on Wikipedia, it always going to keep cropping.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, I guess that there are people that we've been aware of for a long time. It's just that on this album we sort of were taking influence from the sounds that they're making. And yeah, I guess, I mean, we were trying to do something more modern. I think we wanted to. The whole mantra of the whole recording process was like, we want to do something like no one's ever heard, you know. That was
Do you think you succeeded in the end?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We tried.
Well, you did write heaps and heaps and heaps of songs for the first record and the second record as well.
Yeah.
Talking in the 90s, 80s, 90s, 100 sort of tunes. Was it the same for this? Yeah,
probably, but in a different way. I mean, the writing process was kind of much more directed on this album. I think that it's slightly more of a conceptual album because of it, because I guess I'd say like 80 or 90% of the songs were written in the lead up to in the 2 months before recording, which is not something that we usually do. It was mainly because of Tony Hoffa, the producer, because he, you know, we recorded some songs before with a different producer, and then I went to see Tony and I was like pulling my hair out a little bit. I was having one of those sort of meltdown moments of going, I don't know what's going on, I'm not sure about all this. And
I want to ask you about this. This is Jim Abyss?
Jim Abyss, yeah.
Now, he's done, what have we got here? Arctic Monkeys, Kasabian, Adele as well.
Yeah.
Now, you recorded some songs with him, but they basically got junked?
Yeah, put on the back burner. We put out a recording of Saboteur, this kind of prog tune that we did with him, which sounded great. No, Jim was amazing. It was just that we weren't really ready, and we had a different drummer that was playing at the time, and Paul was going to come back. So there was a lot of complications going on, and like I say, I saw Tony. He's probably, because we had such a long-standing relationship, because he'd recorded our first 2 albums, he could sort of say to me, he was like, you haven't got the songs, you need to like go and write more songs now. And I was like, nah, man, so what are you talking about? I've got like these 20 tunes, they're amazing. And he's like, nah, he got maybe 5 songs, maybe.
Really?
And then I wrote basically the whole album, and then it was a lot better. So.
Did you go back to him and go, oh yeah, that's right, those songs weren't that great?
Definitely. I mean, it's quite hard to hear instantly. Like throw your toys out the pram a little bit, because you know you wrote these tunes and you think they're great, but he was right.
Does that work? Like, I thought that you'd be most stoked about the songs that you wrote most recently, and you'd look back at old songs and go, oh, I had no idea what I was doing then. So I suppose there's that, but then there's also sometimes it's not that. Sometimes you look back on a song and you think it was good and we should have recorded it. So it goes both ways. Yeah, well, so where do all these hundreds of songs that never got recorded live? In your head?
Yeah, my head dead. There's lots of demos. I mean, with our band, with The Kooks, I mean, if you go on YouTube, there's literally hundreds of songs that we just sort of put them out, basically, or other people have. We just kind of use them as, you know, for our fan base. We usually sort of put them out somehow.
I know a lot of people would be really concerned about that. These are like, the failures or whatever,
Right.
the songs that didn't make it. They'd be like, I want to keep my catalogue very succinct.
No, I think we're not really like that. We kind of just more into, we just do what we do, and like, if people like it, you know what I mean? It's like, we at the time we thought it was good, and so, just because we didn't release it doesn't mean it shouldn't be out there. And you get, there's a kind of whole, it's a new way of bootlegging, isn't it? It's like the bootlegging is now done on YouTube, so.
Yeah, and you get to do it. You get to give away what you like. Now, I was getting some sort of idea that this was a bit of the post-fame, post-partying album. The third album usually is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
You're having some sobering realizations as you're writing this?
I'm not sober, but there was some. I mean, this album definitely was. We were a little bit like some of the lyrics, talking about it a little bit maybe. The idea of sort of having the idea of karma that comes through. I think I was kind of talking to myself a little bit in some of the songs. So yeah, it's kind of the third album. It had time to reflect on the past, and things did get a bit crazy, and we had to kind of pull them back a little bit. But we're not going too far down that road. We still like to have fun.
Okay. As long as you're still having fun.
Well, yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I noticed that you're writing on the road. You've been writing on the road a bit, which is what you don't usually do, I hear. But I also read that you actually take your guitar on planes. That must be terribly annoying for the other.
To be honest, though, I've never had anyone complain.
Is that because you're in a private jet?
Yeah. No private jets yet. I haven't done that much. A few times. It's quite, when you're on a plane sometimes and you have a few drinks, you get quite.
It's like being in the shower or as you're going to bed. You kind of got time to think.
Yeah.
Because you can't really do anything else on a plane.
That's true. Yeah, I do tend to write quite a lot of lyrics on planes, but sometimes grab the guitar and go
in the bathroom. I read that,
yeah.
Also, you've just you did the Euro tour, you've done the US tour. There's this constant idea of having to break the US. And you said that you had this sort of weird love-hate relationship with the idea of America.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, I find America a really interesting place. I think most people do because, there's a lot of contrasts and contradictions.
That's a land of contrasts, yes.
And that's what's kind of beautiful about the place, is that there's just huge, almost just clashes of ideas, and particularly now it's kind of an interesting place because it's kind of all falling apart, and there's something quite. I just find it quite romantic as a place, like it's got this.
Oh, it's tragic and romantic.
Exactly, yeah. So it was nice. That's what it was cool doing the album in LA, which I think definitely, as a place, sums all that what I just set up. I mean, it's just such a mad place, isn't it? I mean, you got the super rich and the super poor. We went down to Skid Row, man. It's crazy down there. You just think it's like a third world country, but in downtown LA, but you're in LA, and
that's glitz and glamour.
Strip, really weird place. Really weird.
How do they treat English people over there? Are you still reviewed
really
as
good,
an interesting
specimen? I don't know if we're that exotic anymore, but it's probably the same as Australians. I think Australians and English, you definitely get. You have a little bit of exoticism for people, I guess. I don't know. They were really nice to us, and we met a lot of friends there who are going to become long-standing friends, which is cool because when you live in the city for 3 months, I mean, we've been to LA tons of times, but you're there for a day, 2 days, playing a show, living there for 3.5 months. It was really good.
Right. Now, obviously, we're talking about this. You just did your New Year's shifts in Australia down at Falls Festival. Got to ring in the New Year's in Tassie. Have you had any revelations or resolutions for New Year's? After you did the show, did you sit back and think about the crazy year it's been with the album, or if you not have time?
Yeah, definitely. Reflect? Yeah, not really. I mean, it's like New Year's was pretty hectic. Tasmania was really fun. It was really full on fun. So it was not that much time, but New Year's Day, there's always time to reflect on the year
and the
past.
hangover. Yeah.
I think we're all on a pretty good vibe as a band. I think we all just, the next year for us is about making another record. I think we're really kind of resolute to try and make another album quite soon.
Yeah, because I mean, Junk of the Heart took a couple of years.
Yeah, it took a while. Yeah, and I mean, we just the band's been so crazy within itself, and it's just really great with Junk of the Heart that we come back and that people are still giving us the support, man, because we did have, I wouldn't say we nearly broke up, but that
we certainly did have some hiccups.
There's a lot of I mean, we nearly all kind of came to kind of very explosive climax, and
does it feel solid now? I mean, it must, because you're on tour and you're like a band of brothers, right?
Yeah, it feels solid. I mean, I think that me, Hugh and Peter are very, very solid, the three of us. Still, I mean, we're playing with a guy called Denny Weston from LA, actually, who's it's amazing to play with. But he's not in the band, so he's playing drums.
And Paul is still kind of around for recording, is he?
Well, there's no doors shut. We're still really good mates and everything. There is, he isn't feeling comfortable playing drums at the moment, so there's that a bit up in the air. But the three of us are very, very tight and very solid. So, and we've already got some songs together. So we're just, we're just going to see what happens, really. It's all a bit...
I don't get to nail you down and say, by the end of 2012?
Wow, no. I don't want to say that. I hope so. That's the New Year's resolution. That's, though, to try and make records quicker.
Now, were the Arctic Monkeys on Falls as well?
Yes, they were, yeah.
Have you sorted your business out? You guys are friends
now?
Not
really.
Oh, really?
No, yeah. There's no problem.
Was that just a UK press thing?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I there's not ever been any real animosity between us. You can't really... people, I guess, relate us because we're the same age and we're in bands, but... the British press like to do certain things, but they're always, they're always friendly. It's fine. Yeah.
Does it feel? It must feel like that, because I get the idea that the Kooks were kind of like whipping boys for a while for the UK press.
Yeah, I think we still are a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, please don't tell me you've been reading reviews.
No, I didn't read any reviews this time round.
Kind of counterproductive, really.
Yeah, yeah. You talk to most people. I mean, even if you read a good review, you can read it like it's bad.
You can say they're not complimenting me for the right things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like backhanded compliments the whole way through. No, that's the thing. I mean, the difference between Kooks and Arctic Monkeys in England is probably like the press. It's quite opposite, really. I mean, it can be it could be a blessing for us, really. I mean, I think if you have too much press support, it can just dilute what you do, and you become too reliant on that. And with us, we just
and they're gonna turn on you eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least you're getting ahead of the curve.
Building you up, man. Building you up, just as with Arctic Monkeys were totally cool, and it was I thought it was a brilliant lineup for us. Like, I thought it was really cool to be on the same, two British bands and coming over. It was good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, before we go, I wanted to talk to you about this cryptic dance music project that I've been seeing things.
Cryptic.
Well, I haven't heard any more than you saying, it's basically dance music, this thing I'm working on. Can you tell me more?
Well, I mean, I've been working on this thing. It's actually with an Aussie girl, a girl called Cheyenne, who I met in New York, and we became friends. And
Cheyenne?
Cheyenne, yeah.
Okay.
And she, like, we I think we're gonna shoot a video quite soon, so it will be coming out. It's a cool tune. It's cool. I basically, it's some producers and and Shay in New York, and they were working on some stuff, and just we were just talking. It was just like, you know, you do these things every now and then, like, and they sent me this track, and I was like, man, this is amazing. I don't usually I've been sent dance tracks before with people who want me to like guest vocal, and it's not really my thing, but this track's really cool, and I think like her vocal's amazing, it's stunning. So I was really excited to do it, and so I wrote like another section, and I recorded it in London and sent it over. It was all very ISDN, you know, very modern.
Have you heard the final product though?
Yeah, we haven't had it mixed yet, but I've heard the final rough mix. So we've finished all the recording's done. Just needs to be mixed.
So is this going to be Cheyenne featuring?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do it.
Wow,
but it's cool.
You're like T-Pain now, featuring.
I've always, yeah, I like that. Yeah. But I really hope people dig it. It's a cool tune, and I think she's a great singer, so it's great. Like, it's the first thing one of the first things she's put out, so it's good.
Cool. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to another album this year. Come on, I'm going to bully you.
Yeah,
Hold you to this. But thanks for coming in, Luke.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.